Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial video. On this video, we'll be making this outfit on the screen. So the first thing you have to do is to mark out your shoulder measurement, your neck measurement, then you dip your shoulder by 1 inch and then you connect it. You mark your armhole depth, the length of your armhole then on that line you mark your bust circumference, your bust measurement, you mark it out. Then from your shoulder line you mark out from your shoulder to your half length. On that line, that's where you mark out your waist measurement. Then you come down by 6 inches and then you mark your hip measurement. Can you see? So now you connect your measurements together and then the full length of the dress is 17 inches. The 6 inches I said for the hip part is for an adult. I'm making this outfit in a miniature way, it's a small outfit, but I'm giving you the correct measurement for an adult size. Do you get? So now you connect your shoulder and then you dip the neck by 1 inch, as you can see on the video. When you dip it by 1 inch, you cut out your measurements. So this is the back part we are cutting first. We'll first of all cut out the back part. Okay, so you cut it out like so. We're going to use this back part to cut out the front part. Now I want to explain the darts, fixing the darts for the back. If you watch now this dress, you know the reason why we put darts in a dress is to give it shaping, to shape it. So now, since your material is on fold like so, you measure your nipple to nipple, your bust span. If your bust span is 8, you measure 8 inches from that center fold at the back like so. I measure 2 inches because the outfit I'm making is a small outfit, but you measure 4 inches. Then from your shoulder measurement, you come down by 4 inches. From your shoulder, you come down by 4 inches. Then from the center fold, you mark 4 inches. That's if your nipple to nipple is 8. Then from your hip line, you go up by either 1 inch or 2 inches above your hip line, and then you connect these lines. Can you see? You first of all fold your material like so, come out by 4 inches. From your shoulder measurement, come down by 4 inches again, and then from your hip line, go up by either 1 inch or 2 inches, because your dart leg is not supposed to get up to your hip line. Do you understand? So when we're done with that, the next thing we're going to do now is to cut out the front part. Now the front part is supposed to be bigger than the back part because it is like is a crossing top. One is lapping on the other one. Do you get? So in order to get that lapping effect, you have to make the bodice of the front part to be bigger than the back part. So that is why I folded more materials in front. Do you get? So now if you're making an outfit for an adult, the materials in front should be like 5 inch. The extra material should be 5 inch. Do you understand? So after cutting the back, then you place the back on top of another material that is on fold. Then you give space of 5 inches in front. That 5 inches, order for it to be able to overlap on each other, to lap on each other. So when you open up this outfit that you've drafted now, this is how it's going to look like. You see that the front piece is bigger than the back piece. This is what we want to achieve. One part is longer than the other part. So now if you look at this outfit, the neckline is slanted. Do you get? So I came down by 2 inches and then I slanted it, that neckline. Can you see? I slanted it. So we've gotten the shape of the neck now. So the next thing we're going to do is to join our shoulders, then shape the dress. Then we sew our darts. Yes, so we're going to join our shoulders, shape the dress, and join our darts. So when we're done, this is how it's going to look like so. This is how it's going to look. So the next thing we're going to do now is to create the collar of this dress. You see, when you look at it, you see that the collar starts from one part of the neck to the other shoulder. The collar didn't get up to this front part, this overlapping part. Can you see the darts? You see that it's on top of the hip area. So now to get your collar, you are going to measure from this. Look at, see how the material is first. I want us to see something. You get, so you see, you're going to measure from that inner neckline to the other part of the neck of the shoulder. From one neckline to the other part of the shoulder. We're not going to measure that other neckline that I slanted. No, we're not going to measure that part, because if you look at the picture very well, it doesn't get, the collar doesn't get there. So we're going to measure our collar like so. What I got is 10 inches. That's from one neck, when you open up your dress, from one neck to the other shoulder. We're not going to get the other part of the neck. So now to get our collar, the length of our collar is 10 inches. So our material is on fold. We divide it by 2 is 5, right? And then we'll mark a straight line. So now we'll now divide that 10 again by 2 again. Whatever we get, that to get the middle of our collar. Then at the edge we go up by half an inch. Do you understand? You first of all get your collar measurement. When you get your collar measurement, then you divide it by 2. If your collar length is 10, you divide it by 2, as you can see in the video, like so. You mark it out and then you divide it again to get the midpoint. When you get your midpoint, then at the edge you go up by half inch. Why are we going up by half inch? To give the collar that shape that we want. Do you get that curvy shape? So now we'll now determine the size of our collar. If we want it to be 2 inch, 3 inch, or what have you. So I'm making this collar 1.5 inches. So I'll now mark 1.5 inches from the bottom to the top, like so. Can you see? And we'll connect. This is just exactly how to make your collar, this mandarin looking collar. So when we're done, we'll cut it out. So now you can choose to style it like so. This upper part like so is your preference. Do you get? It's your preference. So now it's time for you to cut it out. Please always remember to add your allowance whenever you draft an outfit on paper. Please always cut your allowance. So I'm going to cut it out now, guys. Please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. Click the subscription button, like, comment and share. So guys, this is the collar. We'll cut it in 2 places, right? We'll cut it in 2 places. So we'll get our material, place it on fold, and then we cut. Please, while cutting, always indicate to add your allowance. If you didn't add your allowance when drafting out your collar, please always remember to add 5 inches allowance. 5 inch allowance. No, sorry, half inch allowance. Round it. That's your sewing allowance. Do you get? So now I cut this first one and I found out that I forgot to add my allowance, so I just corrected myself immediately. So that's one of the advantages of first cutting on paper, because you will make the mistake on paper. It's better you make your mistake on paper than you make your mistake on the fabric. One, it will cause you shortage of fabric. Do you get? So always cut on paper first. Draft your patterns on paper before you go directly on your material, especially when it comes to collars. So guys, now I'm cutting my collar. When I'm done cutting my collar, you can decide to put soft gum stay on it or hair stay. I don't know what people call it, that cloth stay. You can decide to put either soft gum stay or cloth stay on it, just to make it a little bit firm. Do you understand? So you add your cloth stay or soft stay on one of the materials. That's one part. Now we'll cut 2. Can you see? We'll cut 2 strips. So you add your cloth stay on one of them, and then you place them on top of each other like so. Then you sew these parts now that I'm showing you. You close those parts. Please hope you understand. If you don't understand up to this point, please ask your question in the comment section. I'll try my best to explain. So when we are done sewing the collar, I ironed the dress, and this is how it's looking. Can you see how it's looking? So now it's time for us to fix our collar. But before we fix our collar, we have to, so I've turned the collar and I notched the midpoint of the collar. Can you see? And then secondly, I want us to see that I didn't sew the collar completely to the edge. I left like half-inch space. So that half-inch that I left, I'm going to use it to join it on the fabric. So I'm going to, first of all, before I join the collar, you see that front part, I'm going to fold it in. Then this other part too, before I join the collar, this other part, I'm going to fold it in and sew it. Can you see what I'm showing you? So I'm going to fold it in and sew it down, right down. It's after I've folded it in and sewn it, that's when I'll now join my collar. So my advice is, before you cut your collar, first of all, fold in the rough edges of the front parts. Then you use it to measure your collar. Do you understand? So that it will give you an accurate measurement also. So now when I'm done, can you see I folded the front parts? Can you see I folded this front parts from top to bottom? Then the other parts, I've already folded it too. Can you see? I've just folded it too, and then you cut off your excess thread. So now it's time for us to fix our collar. So guys, please, for you to really understand this, you should follow the steps, one step at a time. You first of all, you draft it. Then the next thing, you place your back darts. Then you use the back to cut out the front. Just follow the steps that I'm using on this video. So you see now, I came to show you, see how I'm joining the collar so that it will look neat. I first of all joined it one part to the main fabric, and then I folded it inside and closed it up like so. Can you see? Can you see how neat it's going to look when we're done? Can you see how it's looking? So that's why I left half-inch on the bottom of the collar. I didn't complete it. Do you get? So that I'll use it to join the collar on the material, and it's going to look neat. So you don't need to weave it when you're done. So after joining the collar, see how it looks. Can you see? Can you see this? What we've done and what is on the screen is the same thing. So guys, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to cut the hand, the sleeves, and fix it. Yes, so if you have any question up to this part, you can let me know, and then I'll help you out. There's still another way of cutting this. There's still another way of cutting this particular style. Do you get? But this, my interpretation, I feel is easy too, but there's still another means of cutting it. So now, in order to secure the middle part, that's the inner material, because if you leave it like so, it will just be flying out. So we get a strip material, and then we'll fold it and sew it in a bias form. Then we join it to our seam allowance by the opposite sides, as if we are cutting a wrap top. Do you get? Do you understand? So that's how we're going to fix that part. I'll show you when I do it. Then the next thing now is how to make our sleeves. If you look at it now, it's a balloon sleeve. Do you get? Very simple. Just fold your material, and then you cut out your material in excess. If the round sleeve is 12, you can cut it 20. Depends on the amount of material that you have. And if you watch this video, you see that I cut this sleeve in a freehand way. I didn't use pattern drafting to cut the sleeve. What I did is I just came down by 3 inches and I marked it, and I just connected it to that 3 inches from the upper part to the 3 inches. I just connected it like so. Do you get? This works for me when I don't do pattern drafting. This works for me on sleeves. Do you get? So this is how I cut my hand, and I didn't shape the round sleeve because it's a balloon hand. Don't need to shape it because we want to have that balloon effect, that whole big fluffy effect. So now I'm going to join it to the main dress, and then I will still show you the other parts on how to join the strips of the dress. So before I joined the sleeves to the dress, I first of all ran a thread through it. So guys, see what I was explaining to you about that front part. But the hand, see, I used a gather I gathered the hand. I drew gathers on the hand. Do you get, to get that form? Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been talking for 16 minutes non-stop. My God. Well, anyways, let's get it. So guys, hope you're understanding. If you don't understand, please ask your question in the comment section. I'll try my best to explain it, but just follow the steps that I am listing step by step and you get it. Now you see that we've secured this part. I just joined the strips to the main material and then to the side seam of the other part, and we're done with that. Now for the sleeves, I've joined the sleeves. I gathered the sleeve first before I joined it to the material. Now I'm going to do the same thing to this part of the sleeve too. I'm going to gather it. So now when you gather your sleeve, you get a strip material and then you join it across. Now mind you, when you're gathering your sleeve now for this bottom part, you have to do it in a way that is going to be the same length of your round sleeve. Do you get? So if your round sleeve is 7, if your round sleeve is 7, that means you will draw the gather in a way that it will be 8 inches or 7.5, so that you use 0.5 to join it together. Do you understand? So now I'm just showing you how to place your buttons when you're done. You can just take it to all these buttonhole people. They will just make your buttonhole for you and you fix your buttons. Okay guys, so as you can see, the outfit is already coming out the way it should. Please, if you have any question, you can place it on the comment section. Please, I will try my best to explain to you, but just follow the steps and you understand it. So I'm just trimming out the bottom part, and then as for the buttons, you can buy a button or you can take, there are people that fix buttons with the same material. They're in the market. You can just go there and ask around. So now this is the band that I'm going to use for the bottom part of the sleeve. Do you get? So that's going to be the final thing we'll do for this outfit. So when I was done, this is the material now, and I'm going to notch the middle. Can you get? Let me teach some people how to draw this gather and why you should draw it. When you draw gather, it gives the material fullness. Then you measure the length of this your band for the bottom part, and you notch the middle area. Some people will say, why are we notching it? Don't worry, you see. Now from one side, you draw the gather of one side to the midpoint. Why are you doing it like so? So that they will be equal, so that one side will not be tighter than the other. That's why most times we tell you notch the middle, notch the midpoint of your outfit. Always notch it, especially when you know you're not done yet with sewing. So now I'm going to draw my gather, and you see how easy it was, or it is. Then I'll get my strip material now and then place the middle, that's the notched part of the strip material to the notched part of the sleeve. Can you see? I place it on top and then I pin it down. After pinning it down, I'm going to sew a straight line on it, because I'm going to join it. If you look at the main picture of this outfit, you will see that in short, you see what we're trying to create. So we'll now sew it on a straight line. When we're done sewing it, we'll flip it over like so. Can you see? And then we fold the edges and join the material. So at this point, guys, we're done. Not almost done, we are done. So I've sewn it down and then folded it, turned it over for you to see how it looks. Then I'm going to turn my material like so, and then join my material. That's after folding the bottom part. I'll turn it over and then join it. So guys, as you can see on this video, you see I took you through all the steps, everything. I made sure, even if I say you have to do this, I made sure I showed you so that you will see how it's meant to be done. So guys, this is how you are going to make this kind of outfit, and it looks nice. Now there's another way you can make this outfit. You can just, let me not confuse us, let's just follow this method and it will come out nice. So thank you guys for watching, and if this video was helpful to you, please click on the subscription button and subscribe to my channel. Like, follow, share, and then thank you guys for watching. See you on my next tutorial. Bye. So this is the complete outfit, and this is how it's supposed and is meant to look like. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers, and see you on my next tutorial. Thank you so much, and bye. Yeah.